In today's video, I'm ice fishing 3 different spots with one goal: to catch my first fish from jigging.
I got it! Fish on!
But getting there is anything but easy.
You're kidding me. That's the bottom. I left my bait in my truck and now it's frozen.
But stick around and you'll witness something I've never seen while fishing before.
Look at this! You just spat this out!
That said, let's get right into it.
I'm ice fishing solo today. I don't have any tip-ups with me, so the only way I'm gonna catch a fish today is from jigging. My guess is that there's at least a foot of ice. We've had some really cold weather lately in New Hampshire. As you can see, we had some fresh snow last night, and it is absolutely beautiful out here. I'm actually fishing a marsh today, and I haven't actually caught too many fish here before, but I did catch a pretty good-sized crappie last summer here. Of course, I got my trusty spud bar here to make sure that the ice is secure. This ice is looking nice and solid. You also notice I got a new auger. I might still use the old one, but I just couldn't find replacement blades in time, and I really wanted to get back out on the ice. Is there any water? I mean, this is crazy. There we go. Huh. I think I'm gonna try somewhere else. That water did not seem very deep. I'll see if I can get an idea of the depth before moving to another spot. This might be a little too shallow. All right. And with the fish finder, I learned a few things too. First off, when I said it was about a foot in the water, I was completely wrong. It was closer to maybe 2 feet the last time I had it out. You might remember the depth was way off last time I was using this. I actually had the wrong transducer configured in the settings for the fish finder. Let's see what we got here. 3.6 feet. All right, that is very shallow, and I don't know if I'm gonna get anything out of that. I might try drilling a hole a little bit closer to there. There's a dam there, so I would expect the deeper water to actually be close to that dam. So let's walk over there and seeing if it's any deeper. And there we have it. Let's drop down the fish finder. Looks like it's around the same, 3.6 feet. How about I drop a line down and see if there are any fish? Just like in the last video, I'm jigging with a Fluger President ice combo. At the end, I have a little spring bobber, and for the bait, I got a really tiny 4mm tungsten jig. And on the end of that jig, I'm putting on a Gulp live wax worm. Just like that.
So I put my line down, and unfortunately, all that drilling and setting up was for nothing. There weren't any fish here that would bite.
Let's try heading out to the middle of the marsh and see if there are any fish there.
So I packed everything up and I went out in search of deeper water.
All right, I gotta catch my breath. This is pretty close to the center of the marsh. You can see it's not very big, but I'm hoping the deepest water is gonna be around this area.
Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
You're kidding, right? It's only 1.7 feet? Oh my goodness, this is so shallow. Well, this is what I get for trying to fish a marsh, I guess. No use in trying this spot if it's really only 1.7 feet deep.
And somehow, the next hole I drilled was even more shallow.
You're kidding me. I hit the bottom. That's the bottom. You know, I figured I'd drill a few holes. I didn't expect this whole trip to be turning into spot checking for water that's deep enough.
Sadly, that's exactly what this trip ended up being. I did learn a valuable lesson though. Don't try ice fishing in a shallow marsh. Thankfully, there's another pond nearby that I knew had some fish in it, and decided to try it out the next day.
It is just 19 degrees out, and we got at least a foot of ice here. The perfect conditions to do some ice fishing. Now, I did fish this pond before once back in April of last year, and I ended up catching a pretty good sized bluegill. I'm hoping that there are plenty of others out there today that I can catch.
Now going in today, there were 2 great signs that the fish were biting. I noticed there was a track left behind from someone else's ice fishing sled, which I decided to follow. As I walked, I noticed some bob houses on the ice too, which was really promising.
Now there is a piece of gear I meant to mention in my last video and I completely forgot. These right here are retractable ice picks. So you use these things in the event that you were to fall into the ice. They go around my neck and I wear them at all times for safety. And there we have it.
Another thing I learned is that when you're ice fishing with snow on the ground, it's useful to push the snow around the hole with your boot. That way it's less likely to fall into your hole while you're fishing.
Time for the moment of truth. Let's see just how deep it is with the fish finder. Nice! We're looking at 9.7 feet deep. That's great. That is more than enough to ice fish in. I think we're finally ready to get fishing. So down we go. So it looks like there are multiple lines on the fish finder. I think some of that might be interference. I've noticed when I first drill a hole, sometimes some of the slush and stuff can get in the way, but in a while that'll clear out.
After jigging around for about 10 minutes or so, I had one fish come up to inspect my bait.
Ooh, there, that looks like a fish down there.
There was just one problem. My hole started to freeze over and my line got stuck.
There we go. Come on, don't freeze up now. And he's gone. Well, that's a shame. Well, you know what? Maybe this is a good opportunity to try another hole. And I also have to get this ice off of my fishing line.
Once again, I packed up and tried one more spot while staying close by.
This isn't too far from the first spot. It's a little closer to the shore, so I'm thinking it might be a little more shallow. But let's get drilling and find out. All right, now I've learned in the cold I gotta actually keep this scoop out because the ice freezes over the hole pretty darn fast. So it looks like it's about 9 feet deep. Well, with that said, oh, it looks like there's already fish down there. Okay, let's get jigging. Down we go. There it is, right on the fish finder. Ooh, there's something down there. It's looking at it, looking at it. Come on, you know you want this jig. It's got a nice wax worm on it. It's nice and tasty.
Thankfully, this fish did want the jig.
It's coming near. Don't let it go. Fish!
Ooh! I got it! Fish on! Fish on! Wow! Look at that! Woohoo! It's a bluegill! Whoop. Look at that beautiful fish right through the ice. I'm gonna have to take a picture of that. What a gorgeous bluegill. Wow, I think this is my first bluegill of the year too. It's a good sized one at that. I know these fish can't be out long because the water freezes, so I'm gonna get them right back in. Thanks for the fun, buddy. I'll see you next time. Awesome! Mission accomplished! We got one fish through the ice. Oh, that feels great.
So there weren't any other fish for me at this hole, but I drilled another and had a really close encounter with another fish.
Come on, go for it. Go for it. You know you want this jig, right? Ooh. Oh, did I have it? It might have been a false alarm. I don't know. I couldn't really feel it.
I definitely missed a bite here. Take a second look at this clip.
You know you want this jig, right? Ooh. Oh, did I have it?
You can see that the spring bobber bends down before I was able to react to it. I think I missed it because I had gloves on to keep my hands warm, and it's not always easy to give your fullest attention when jigging for long periods of time.
I thought I had it. Oh, man.
So, I jigged for 3 hours today, and I managed to catch a bluegill. Well, we can do better than that, right? Well, I think so too. So I made plans to try another pond the next week. There was just one small problem.
So, something I didn't think about. I left my bait in my truck and now it's frozen. So yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Here's my solution for the time being. I hope it works. Just put a bag in a bag and fill that bag with warm water.
I really hope this works because I got another problem to deal with now. The pond I plan to fish is inaccessible.
As if freezing my bait wasn't bad enough, I had a place I planned on ice fishing today, and I couldn't get to it because there was nowhere to park. We got 2 feet of snow earlier this week, and no one cleared it out. I found parking for the rail trail that is cleared out, and I know if I walk it far enough, I will be able to access the lake here. Yeah, I got a ways to go. All right, finally, I walked the rail trail enough, and this is where I think I'm gonna start. That was a lot more walking than I expected, but that's why I also brought my muck boots in addition to my snow boots that have the crampons on so I could walk a little bit more easily. Well, thankfully, someone was riding a snowmobile earlier and cleared this little path. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a ton of snow here. I don't know how much I'm going to be walking today. If the depth map I saw earlier is right, this water's actually pretty deep. I think it's around 10-15 feet already. And we're pretty close to the shore too. The temperature out right now is 17 degrees Fahrenheit. And despite how cold it is, even colder than the last time I was out, it actually doesn't feel as bad because there's almost no wind out right now. And we got sunlight coming in. It actually doesn't feel too bad. I hope it stays that way. So I think this spot's as good as any. Let's get drilling. Whew. That is a deep hole. I should have brought like a shovel. You could tell just by how deep that auger went, there's easily over a foot of ice. Before I do anything, I gotta check the depth here. What is this depth saying? Whoa! This is much deeper than I thought it was. It's reading 25.6 feet right now. That is very promising. So I'm gonna try fishing here. And now time for the moment of truth. I put my frozen bait in warm water, hoping that it would thaw out. And now it's time to see if it did anything. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice and thawed now. Whew, that's good. We got our favorite 4mm tungsten jig here. Are there any fish here? Only one way to find out. Down we go. Wow, this is taking a long time to sink. Oh, there it is.
Now, I did see a few fish at this hole.
Ooh, there's something. Oh, there's something. Come on.
Sadly, they all had one thing in common.
Looks like it's gone. Well, that's a shame.
None of them wanted to bite.
Someone's got to want this, right? I mean, I think if I were a fish and I saw the tungsten jig with the wax worm and it's, you know, moving all about, goes to the bottom of the water, I think I'd go for it. I think it looks pretty appetizing.
These fish didn't agree with me, so I tried another hole around 20 feet away, and surprisingly, it was half as deep.
Just under 12.5 feet. I am jigging this probably around 11.5, about a foot off the bottom. Whoa, what's going on here? There's some fish down there, but not my bait. My bait's not down there. What's happening?
Little did I know, I had just found a school of little fish.
Ooh, there's something. Come on, come on, you know you want it. You know you want it. Oh, why? Why did you go away? It was so appetizing. Come on, dude. Oh, there's another one. Come on, come on. Oh, you went away. Come on, please. I'm asking nicely.
But asking nicely doesn't always work with fish, so I decided to try another approach.
I don't think this really makes sense, but I think I'm going to try using a larger jig. All right, so now I'm using a 5mm tungsten jig. Down we go. Ooh, I see a fish down there too. This might be a perfect opportunity. Fresh jig, come and get it, come and get it. Yeah, there's another one. Oh, I think I had a nibble there. A little too trigger happy. So switching to a larger jig actually was a good choice here. I've heard a lot of people say to use small jigs. I mean, this is still a small jig. It's only 5mm. I went up 1mm and I'm already getting a lot more action on the fish finder. There's something. Come on, keep looking, keep going.
It took a lot of patience, but one of these fish finally went for my jig.
It's coming near. Don't let it go. Fish!
Oh! Oh! Fish on! Fish on!
Perch!
Oh my goodness! Look at that! It's a little perch! This is a personal least perch. This is so tiny! Oh my goodness! I am way too excited to catch this little thing. Oh, this is so small! What a beautiful perch though this is. With a name like the yellow perch, you'd think it would have some yellow to it, but I think it's the season just because it's so cold, it's the winter time. But man, what a beautiful fish this is. Well, I don't want him out too long because he'll freeze to death real fast. So thanks for the fun, buddy. Back in the water. Wow. I can't believe I caught something. I just needed to size up the jig. I never knew that. Oh, and there, you can see him on the fish finder. He's swimming back down. That is so cool. I never knew that. I hope I got that on camera. That was awesome. Okay, so I decided to put on a fresh wax worm for good luck, and we are going back down there to see if there are any other fish that'll go for this. Down we go. I already see a fish on the fish finder, which is a very good sign. Here we go. Let's see. Let's get this one. Come on. Ah, he lost interest. I wonder if this is like a school perch.
Perch are very social and are known to form schools that can be as large as 200 fish.
Another one. Let's see it.
Fish!
Oh, fish on. Fish on, fish on. Let's see what we got. Oh, hey, it's another perch. Oh my goodness, and he ate something. Look at this. He just spat this out. Do you see that? The perch spat out an even tinier fish. I didn't know there were fish that small there. Well, this is another tiny little one, and somehow there are fish even smaller down there. Look at how tiny this thing is. Thanks for the fun, buddy. Let's get you back in the water. I can't believe this little fish was on him. It's so tiny.
So I didn't catch much today, but it was still twice as many as last time. 3 times as many if you count that little fish too. Ice fishing is a lot slower than open water fishing, but it's all the more exciting when you actually land something. Big thanks to all my channel members, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and check out my other videos too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.